What's going on, guys, and welcome back to the channel. Today we are taking an updated look at the kvegaskickz Grinch, the Kickwho godkiller 3.0 batch, the most updated one. Before we get into them, guys, I want to remind you this video and all the other content on my channel is for educational and entertainment purposes only. If you're new to the channel, guys, go ahead and like and subscribe. I really appreciate that. And then be sure to follow me on Instagram. You can follow me there for more detailed info on the shoes I review. Also TikTok at kvegaskickz. And guys, I'm very thankful for all your support. So we're going to dive right into these Kobes. So this one, I mean, obviously needs no introduction. One of the most iconic pairs of all times from the Kobe line, the kvegaskickz Grinch. This is the Kickwho godkiller 3.0 batch. I'll show you their information right there, including that discount code for you, kvegas. Always good on their site. We're going to be taking a look at these, also doing a side-by-side with the previous 2.0 version, talking about some of the differences and hope to show you those side by side. So bottom of the shoe, guys, you got that kvegaskickz outsole. Of course, this one has the solid rubber in the heel, semi-translucent in the forefoot. You do have the lower traction around the Shizuku logo, which is correct, and real carbon fiber. Being this is a higher size, they have also changed the traction pattern to match the retail. That looks really, really good. That is something I will show you compared to the 2.0. Of course, your midsole, you got your Nike Zoom, indentations, the braille, and then of course phenomenon at your toe box area. Going around to our medial side like we do, pair looks to be pretty clean as far as glue residue. Not seeing those extra white lines, which is good, because as you know, with any batch, Kobe's tend to have some sole separation here and there. I haven't experienced it personally, thankfully, but obviously it's an issue that is out there. You know, so I always like to see a clean glue job. Now, as far as the fit and the comfort of the shoe, the godkiller batches always fit me true to size. So I go with my normal Kobe size, unless you're a wide footer. That's what I would say to do. If you're a wide footer, go up at least half a size. As far as the comfort, these are going to stick true to the Pro setup. You're going to get that top-loaded Zoom Turbo unit in the forefoot, just the Cushlon in the heel, so that's great for impact protection. These feel great on court, and I have already done the on-foot shots, and I will tell you that these feel better than the 2.0. In my opinion, the godkiller batch was always a little bit stiff right out of the box. Took some time to break in. Not a lot of time, mind you, but it did take some time to break in. This didn't feel like that out of the box. Very comfortable, a little bit more springy right out of the box. So that is something that they did change as well. Not just aesthetics, they did change some of the tech. They got that Zoom Turbo unit feeling really good. The upper of the shoe, of course, you got that micro mesh upper with the polyurethane scale overlays. They did adjust the gradient fade on that. It's looking pretty good. They also lowered the scale lining to a pretty good height, I believe. Nice shape on your toe box. I will show you again a side-by-side of that scale lining. Of course, you have the correct thinner Kobe laces in that green with the torch tongue system. And then up at the top, you got that nice memory foam tongue, the red Shizuku, and something that the godkiller batch always gets the best is that shape of that tongue, that nice tight spiral. Nobody does it better. Very sleek shape here at your ankle as well. Obviously, you have the correct mold to your foot insole. I did remove the insole from the other shoe, so we'll take a look at that. While I'm talking about laces and tongue, it also does come with the red laces before I forget, so you do have that option. Another thing that the godkiller batch gets better than any other is the overspray effect on the swoosh. You can kind of see it's not a super crisp defined line. It's almost like a slightly messy, and that is what you want to see. That is something that they get better than the other batches, just hands down is what it is. Back of the shoe, you got this nice green patent leather finish. Very comfortable, plush cushioning around your ankle and your Achilles. And then, of course, the back of the shoe, you got that heel counter in green with the red Kobe signature. The whole rear portion of the shoe is something that they have improved, both the shape, the height, the color. In a minute, hopefully it'll show up well on camera, but that was one of the things that grabbed my attention right out of the way, or excuse me, right away when I took them out of the box and compared them to my 2.0s. Medial side of the shoe looks good as well. You do have, again, that lower scale height, scale lining height. I think it looks great. No complaints on that. Let me bring in the left one real quick and we'll take a look at that and then compare them side by side to the 2.0, and hopefully the differences will show up for you well on camera. Back of the shoes, height is really good. You do have that nice tapered shape. Yeah, that looks great. I just don't see any issues. I think they have improved upon what was already the best version of this shoe in my opinion. A lot of people may say the GX, and that's fine. You know, I think you could make a case for both. I've just always preferred the godkiller. It's just my favorite as far as fit, comfort. It's just what has worked best for me. Give you another shot of that Shizuku, and then we're gonna get the light on, take a look at our strobe, and then we will do our side-by-side. Actually, well, let's pause this real quick because I did not remove this insole from the shoe. So much for that. There we go. Now we'll take a look at the strobe. Sorry about that, guys. Got ahead of myself. So you can, obviously nothing in the heel. You can see the line right there up at the forefoot where that Zoom Turbo unit starts. So that's good. And then let's see if we can get you a shot of the size tag. All right, get these tucked back in and out of the way. These just came with like regular white tissue paper, which is per usual for a Kobe. And then as you just saw me remove, the insole is the correct mold to your foot insole. So that's all good. Box is pretty much standard for a Kobe box. We can look at that here in a moment. But what I'm going to do is go ahead and bring in our 2.0 version. And this pair is unworn, so there's no, you know, you're looking at two brand new pairs side by side. So right off the bat, I think you can tell some differences. Again, here's 3.0, 2.0. Number one, the overall height is a little bit different. Not a huge difference. The shape here of this padding is a little bit more rounded off. This one's a little bit more flat. The overall height of your heel counter, a little bit taller on the 3.0, different shade, and the signature is pretty different as well as far as the shade of red and the kind of placement and maybe the angle that it's going. It seems like the 3.0 has more of a tilt to it. You can see that line at the end of his signature kind of pointing up a little bit more than this one, if that makes sense. So there's our differences from the rear. Looks good. I think the 3.0 got it right. Here is the 2.0 side shot. I want you to take note of your scale lining and the gradient fade. Okay, so take note of that, and then we're going to whip it around and check out the 3.0. The gradient fade is much cleaner, more of a smooth transition. And then look at that scale height line. They got it very good on the 3.0. Looks like the midsole coloring is a little bit different too as well. Looks like it's a more smooth transition at this line. Not so much of a distinct difference as this. I think you can, hopefully this kind of stuff is showing up on camera. I mean, I can see it pretty clearly, but so look at the color difference between the middle portion of the midsole and the front portion of the midsole versus that. It's more of a uniform color. Also looks to be that the green on the outsole has more of a greenish tint as opposed to almost a little bit more of a yellow tint. I mean, it's still green, but I think you can see what I'm saying. Let's do this right here. This might give you a better, yeah, I think that helps. I mean, look at yeah, that's great. Look at the gradient fade on the 2.0 versus the 3.0. Much more natural, not so much of the dark green at the bottom. It's just more of a nice fade. Again, you can see the differences in the midsole and the coloring on the outsole. I think, man, they took, in my opinion, what was the best version of the shoe and improved upon it, both looks and comfort wise. I'm gonna go ahead and show you the bottom of the shoe. So now you've got the 2.0 on the bottom, 3.0 on the top, and you can see the updated traction pattern in this heel area, much different than the 2.0. And I think you can see also, let me see if I can raise this up some, how this one has more of a green tint, whereas this one's a little bit more translucent. Again, 3.0 on top, 2.0 on the bottom. So those are the major differences that I see as far as aesthetics. Again, the 3.0 did feel better out of the box on foot. So I mean, that's a great thing that the Zoom Turbo unit felt so much better. So let me set these back over to the side, and we will go ahead and take a look at the box, even though it's, you know, pretty standard. You just get the regular Protro box with the gloss signature and the gloss Shizuku on the top of the lid. You're gonna get a gloss swoosh here, branding on the bottom, another swoosh, and your label is Kvegaskickz Protro Green Apple, Black Volt, and Crimson. Inside you just have your regular white tissue paper as per usual with the Kobe, nothing else in the box. Box, again, as per usual with Kickwho, very well protected in shipping. And the shoes, I think they look great. Again, in my opinion, they took what was the best version out there and just made some great aesthetic improvements, got it even closer to what we want. And then I was very excited again that the Zoom Turbo unit felt so much better out of the box. So anyway guys, that's my unboxing review of the kvegaskickz Grinch, the God Killer Batch 3.0. I hope that you enjoyed it and it was helpful for you. Let me know what you think about this pair in the comments. Is it a worthy successor to the 2.0? And guys, be on the lookout. We got a lot more of these reviews coming your way.